we are doing so many things. This is a slow process, but if we believe and follow the process meticulously and stay engaged with the poor, we are not the doers. If we look at the framework, the community organizations are at the center, we are only the facilitators. We have to keep fighting within ourselves and keep enforcing the faith that community can do it. And that's what we keep learning in this Writeshop, sir. It's a great opportunity wherein we keep learning from the other states. The cross-learning platform that we have been speaking about has been really wonderful experience that every time we come, we think that हमने बहुत काम किया, हमारे कुछ problems हो सकते हैं, पर दूसरे के भी problems है, ये भी इधर आके बहुत अच्छा लगता है समझ के. Everybody keeps sharing their understanding. They come to the same platform. Somebody is little ahead. It gives us a push that as a team we have to catch somebody. We have to move ahead, and then we learn a lot. That same problems you also face. How we tackle those problems. How we can tackle those problems in our state. Multiple models are working on the same system. It's really tough to handle and keep on changing your shoes and caps to understand what is differently happening here. But eventually we all aim at the same thing, that we have to reach that non-negotiable items of community organization, self-sustainability, community processes, community self-reliance, and include whatever is the best possible learning from the other states. I think we can better our own models, and we can fit our models for our own success. Move on from here with a renewed hope and confidence that we can do better for our people. We have named our organization as Umed, which is Hindi ka Umeed ka translation in Marathi is Umed, UMED. So that is also giving hope to our women in rural Maharashtra. Thank you.
It has been a wonderful experience for me, and thank you, sir, and Murli for inviting me. Core values are hope and faith. What we are doing, there are a lot of parallels if I draw between NDTB of earlier years and all the stories. If it has happened in Andhra, how can it happen in XYZ place? Amul happened in Gujarat, how can it happen in Bihar, etc. Saving key values, and both are human values. Every human, howsoever miserable or howsoever happy he may be, has these two values. That reminds what separates from a living being from the life-giving forces. A living being is born, jayate, vartate, viparitani, chiyate, nashyate. So the language creates the culture that we live in. The culture is, which I get here, is that of hope, that of stewards who have to create the throne for the people who are the real ones, the beneficiaries. We are all working for them, so there has to be sensitivity, both for the people who are working with us as well as for the people for whom we are working in designing any system, process and so on. And that was getting reflected in some of the discussions in which I participated.
Good evening all. Strange as it may sound, this has been my first Writeshop also. I've really participated, but I think it has been a great Writeshop. Besides retrospecting and thinking so much and learning, I think it also provides an opportunity for us to become a stronger team. It's an immensely team-building kind of exercise, and we feel a part of the NRLM family. And the kind of, they are also equally important, I think, because many issues get sorted out there. As a part of my duties, unfortunately, I'm also looking after financial matters. So then we in the program very enthusiastically plan out strategies and a lot of activities, and then it comes to us to provide the funds for those, and then we have to start looking a little vague sometimes. But then I would just like to assure everyone that we try our best to manage funds wherever possible, in whatever possible. There are constraints in terms of the policies of Government of India, and these policies are across the ministries. So there are times where we cannot do anything. So we have to tell you that you have to limit your pace sometimes according to whatever funds we are able to provide. Just one more point I'd like to talk about is that through NRLM we would very sincerely like to focus on sanitation issues. Because what I felt, and I had gone for an exposure visit to Bangladesh where I saw their wash programs, and the conclusion that we came to is that our sanitation programs have probably had limited success because they have been more subsidy driven and not community led. So, and NRLM perhaps is uniquely placed in this matter that we are a community-led program, and perhaps we can really do something significant in terms of sanitation. We have sent out an action plan, but this is a very first cut kind of draft action plan. We would be working more on this, and we'll try to have more workshops, etc., where we can plan out more and think out of the ways in which we can take this agenda forward.
My first thanks to all of you. During the workshop, we have discussed many transitions that need to happen, that from a state-centered approach, it should go to districts. From staff, it should go to community. We had a lot of time on communitization. So I also want one more transition to happen, which is very important, that NMMU should wither away. You should assume that NMMU doesn't exist. So I would like each SRLM to be as self-reliant as possible. That is the critical transition which I would advise very strongly. This is, it's very essential for the missions, and we should be at the national level, should be as diagnostic as possible or as minimalistic as possible. We should also do new things. Second is the communitization, the pace of work in Jammu and Kashmir, the systematic evolution of community institutions, the kind of very strict protocols in terms of release of money to the SHGs. I would say J&K ranks first in terms of the way they are able to monitor what is happening at the SHG level. Their MIS is now adopted as a national MIS. So again, it's a case of J&K feeding into the national mission. And the third thing, a small experiment in Tripura, where they decided to have a particular approach for capacity building of the professionals. This year we also decided that we'll do more justice to northeastern states if we have a separate write shop there, and also the 5 northwestern states, we are having a separate workshop in Chandigarh for them. I'm also thankful to all the mission directors who came here, who have given us ideas, who also told us the problems that exist. Some problems we can solve, some problems we can't solve. So hopefully, if not now, we can solve in the future. But your presence has been very important because your teams then get highly motivated. But what has happened is, in reality, we are seeing phasing of states. But I have got excellent cooperation from all of you. Message from this workshop, which is a renewal of our hope and faith in the communities, and that single point agenda of communitization from day one in everything that we do. That is the best lesson for all of us, and that is, if at all there is a mantra in NRLM, it is this: faith in the community. And to what extent our decisions, to what extent our actions help in improving that glue, help in building their institutions, that should be the only deciding factor in whatever we do. And the second is the importance of building capacities of our own mission staff, and to ensure that their morale, their motivation is constantly high. So I wish you all the best in your work. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I thank everyone, starting with NIRD, which has provided this wonderful logistics, extremely tough and extremely difficult circumstances. Without a director, KP Rao, they could give us reasonably satisfactory and even in emergencies, even in exigencies, so much of logistics they supported us. Thank you very much, NIRD. Thank you very much. All the states have come all the way and given that unstinting support in our hearts. We are dealing with you. I hope you don't mind. And I'm also thankful for the states